turn that off. Monitor the stream. Monitor the stream. Let's see. Close dashboard. Yay live. Yeah. Let me know how the stream sounds. I gotta pull it up on my phone. I'm gonna keep trying little things until maybe I've whittled it down to something feasible. Let me open the stream. Oh, is it this? This is probably it. Sounds great. Cool. This shirt has shaped my life. I don't know what shirt, but I'm glad. I've had several shirts that have shaped my life. Oh my god, I can't stand to listen to this ad one more time. I always get ads for this urgent care place. Anyway, okay. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't sound terrible. I've got the volume up like halfway on my phone, and I think it sounds alright. Last time it was really quiet. But maybe... Wait. Can I just pull up the chat? Yeah, I'm going to pull up the chat on my phone, because that's also easier than looking at my computer. I'm going to try and not stream for as long this time, because I started kind of late in the day. I had a tanty earlier. I had a little bit of a, I don't know, I was mad, and I was upset, and I was fussing. And when I get like, I don't know, like it's easier to just like, I'm not going to stream my work because I'm in a mood right now. I kind of just want to like go be in a little cocoon and make my art. But then it's like, well, me being in a cocoon and not like being active is sort of why no one knows I'm making more Welcome to Hell. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But anyway, my wife convinced me to stream for a little bit. She says you always feel better after you do. So I'm doing it. But it's, you know, it's kind of an ordeal because I'm like, do I want to like focus and get stuff done, or do I want to like monitor a chat and like fight against my memory on the computer? I downloaded, I'm using a new browser now because Firefox is kind of a heavy browser apparently. But so far I'm not really noticing a difference, and I'm looking at my fucking what do you call it? I'm also doing a disk clean on my computer right now, so it but I'm like looking at the task manager and I'm like, I don't know, this seems like it was using the same amount of memory as fucking the last one, so what do I know? But anyway, yeah. Oh, this short has shaped my life. That makes more sense. Short, shirt. Well, I was using Firefox, but I'm under the impression that that's actually one of the heavier load browsers. And every time I Google, like, oh, well, what's the most efficient one? Like, what's gonna use the least amount of memory? And every single time, the internet is like, Microsoft Edge, obviously. And I'm like, it can't be Microsoft Edge. Like, I just feel like I have spent my entire time on the internet since the internet has been invented being like, the Microsoft one is the bad one. But, like, it used to be that, like, Firefox was kind of one of the only, like, decent alternatives. And now it seems like Firefox is super, like, bloated and I don't know, whatever. I'm not a tech person, so I can't really like I can't really be talking browsers or whatever. Like, I don't have the patience for it. But, you know, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe switching to a lighter browser would help. Like, I can see when I'm looking in my, like, task manager that my browser is taking up more RAM than my fucking animation software, which seems like a problem, but even without me streaming, it's just like, why is it doing that? I don't know. Maybe that's just the way shit is now. Maybe shit's just hefty. So anyway, I'm using Microsoft Edge, and I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm not noticing a huge difference, but anyway. Every stream is just me, like, bitching about how my hardware is old and my setup is bad, but not, like, really doing anything to fix it. So, here's another maybe hour or two of that. How are you guys doing? And I feel fine. I just was, like, having you know how sometimes you're just in a mood and you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Like, I don't know, or, like, literally, I don't know, just, like, I don't know. I got too, like, wound up in my opinions about something and just kind of ranting about it. And I was like, now I'm all angry and I don't want to stream. And then I, like, animated for an hour while just listening to a Big Joel video about Mr. Beast, and was like, okay, I'm healed now. I can stream, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta listen to a video essay about something and be in your little cocoon, and you're like, okay, alright, I can do it. But anyway, how long ago did this start? How Kim ago did this start? I'll assume you mean how long ago. Not long ago. I've got 7 minutes and 20 seconds on my little timer thingy up top. So I promise you haven't missed anything other than me, like, talking about how my gear is bad. Which is, like, what I must do at the beginning of every stream as kind of a disclaimer, so that no, like, tech bros can come into the chat and be like, you're using whatever? Didn't you know about this thing? And then I can be like, you know what I mean? I can just, and then I can continue to do nothing about it. Like, I don't know. Whenever someone who, like, knows shit about computers, like, I'm not, like, totally computer illiterate. Like, I used to be better at it when I was, like, in high school, when I was a teenager, and I had nothing better to do but, like, fuck around with computers all day. Now I don't have time for it. I'm like, I just want the thing to work. I just want to turn on the machine and have it work, and I don't want to fucking fight it, and I don't want to have to go into the system and debug a bunch of shit. I just want it to work. And anyway, and, like, whenever I talk to, like, someone who's, like, a computer guy, they're like, oh, wait a second, you're not doing this? And I'm like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. If the computer doesn't do that shit on its own, like, then I guess I'm shit out of luck. I'm not gonna fucking waste my time figuring that shit out. The people that made the computer should figure that shit out. It's not my job! It's not my job. Anyway, I just get mad about it. Anyway, so that's my disclaimer up top. So that way when people are, like, asking me questions, I can be like, I don't know, because I'm an idiot. Like, and I refuse to change. How are you guys doing? See, that's the thing. I don't know if Firefox is heavy. Like, it doesn't come up as one of them, like, on the list of top, like, efficient browsers. Firefox is not on there. So I'm like, maybe that's it. Again, I'm looking at my task manager, and Edge is taking about the same amount of memory as fucking Firefox was, so I don't know. Maybe the disk cleanup will help. I gotta stop talking about tech, I'm sorry. This is so boring. For you guys, probably. I don't know. Oh, it's not been saved in a long time. I guess I'll save it. Alright. I don't think I really missed anything. But yeah, I can scroll on my on my phone. I'm currently making an Alvin and the Chipmunks webcomic alongside like 3 other projects at once, mainly a web series about Bendy and the Ink Machine crossover stuff. Is that crossovered with Alvin and the Chipmunks? What is your Alvin and the Chipmunks webcomic? And are you into Alvin and the Chipmunks like a normal amount or like a furry amount? These are the questions. Oh, saving you from your nap? On the one hand, I'm very sorry because I think everyone deserves to take a nap. Especially, like, it's your body telling you need more sleep, bitch. And I think you should do that. But it also ruins my day to take a nap, so, you know. Let's see what we're at. I was gonna say something about Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't remember what. I've been thinking about Alvin and the Chipmunks again recently. I watched a video essay about, like... My friends and I do these kind of movie nights, like, once a week. We have dinner together and watch a movie. And one of the movies that we watched, it's usually, like, someone's favorite movie. Like, the idea is, like, here's a movie that I really like that I want to share with all of you that you otherwise would not have watched. Let me share it with you. And someone picked a movie. And it was an absolute bloodbath. It was a total massacre. Everyone was so mean to this movie. And it was not, like, an unpopular movie. It was pitch perfect. Like, this movie was beloved, right? Anyway, and so then, of course, because I'm sure all of the microphones in my tech heard me talking about it, I got recommended a video essay about Pitch Perfect and, like, the epidemic of, like, what do you call it? Like, Glee Club, like, vocal ensemble, a cappella group stuff that was, like, just, like, dominating the, like, mid 2010s, you know what I mean? Early 2000s, 2010s, and, like, man, yeah, it was like, but anyway, this video, like, traced it back to the live-action Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I do remember, like, having a couple of the songs from that movie downloaded and being like, you know what? Bad Day by, what's that guy's name? Powder? Something Powder. I like it better in chipmunk voices. Like, I don't know what it is. I like it better a cappella with a bunch of harmonies in the fucking chipmunk voices. And I listen to that, like, all the fucking time. So it's like, there's something to that. Like, there's something to the Chipmunks, man. Oh no, it's like Cuphead and stuff. Let's see, sorry. Blue Alvin? Wait. Wait a second. Not like a furry amount, but I love them a lot. I've been watching the 90s DVDs when I was a kid. Gotcha. I like the Blue Alvin, whatever his name is. The Blue Alvin. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, Theodore. I like the fat Alvin. He's my favorite one. I say this all the time. In the live action Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, at some point they're, like, running and they jump into a basket that someone's carrying with, like, you know, a bunch of, like, breakfast pastries or whatever for the office or something. And Theodora is just like, oh, muffins! And I say, ooh, muffins all the time. Just when I'm, like, being fat about something, you know what I mean? Just, like, anyway, he's my favorite. He's my favorite. Excuse me. He's also the one that becomes a werewolf in the werewolf one. In the one where they meet the Wolfman. Will part 2 start right from where part 1 ended? Yes. Actually, it's kind of tricky because where part 1 ended in the original, in like the full animatic, the end of that scene is like, what do you call it in editing when the audio comes in before the scene change? It's called like a T cut or something. I don't know, or like a cross, whatever. Anyway, in the full animatic, that scene happens. There's a kind of a transition out of that into the next scene that I had to edit around in order to chop it where I did. So for part 2, I think I'm actually gonna have to start at the beginning of the hell of Jonathan waking up in the darkness. I think I'm gonna have to start from there, which will be fine. I think it'll just read like, you know, when you're watching something on TV and like it comes back from commercial break and you see like the previous shot, so you remember. Because there's like no good way otherwise to get into the next scene. It's like it will come like totally out of nowhere, so there has to be some kind of buffer in front of it. And I think I'm just gonna like put the last scene from the previous from part 1 onto part 2, and then, you know, maybe I'll upload it all as one big thing later. I also thought about I wrote an anime OP that I'm like kind of animating just for fun, and I thought about like what if I open it randomly with like an anime OP. I don't know. I've had some friends tell me that would be fucking awesome. Of course you should do that. I thought that's why you wrote the song. I thought that was the plan. And it isn't. And then I've had some people tell me like, no, that should be a separate upload. Like that would be kind of weird to put randomly on the front. Anyway. So I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do it yet. If it is a separate upload, that's like more things potentially on my channel to help the channel do well, so I'll probably keep them separate. But I've thought about that, like what if it just randomly had like an opening? People would be like, what the fuck? I think that would be really fun, but I think in the long run of like the videos existing on the channel, it might be kind of weird. Let's see. I keep getting these ads on my thing. Okay. Question about Welcome to Hell 2 Part 1. When Mephistopheles possessed Jonathan's body, did he inherit his memories because he repeated a phrase Jonathan had said earlier in the episode and knew the name of his mom? Red Alvin. I don't think he has all of Jonathan's memories, no. I think Mephistopheles is able to say the line from earlier because he's, what do you call it? He's kind of a fourth wall breaky sort of, he has like a meta understanding of the show that he's in. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how he's able to do that. And he knows Jonathan's mom's name because I do think that is part of his devil powers. Like, I think he probably just knows people's names automatically. And I think it kind of doubles as like a joke of like, yeah, why would Jonathan call his mom her first name? Like that's something he has to be like, wait, shit. So that's sort of how I'm thinking of it anyway. Boy, I hope this hand works cleaned up. I didn't really test it. I do think the drawing is less laggy, so that is good. I don't know why that is, but it's ultimately good. Alright, let's see what chat's saying. I still gotta catch up. Y'all are still talking about I'm still on the Chipmunks. I love Theodore and I have paternal instincts for him. That voice was crazy, OMG. Oh, my Chipmunks voice? Yeah, I can do a little squeaky voice. I don't normally do it in front of people because I'm very embarrassed to do it in front of people, but my wife hears it nonstop. So, I'm sorry to my wife. Yeah, TV Paint, good. There's enough people now that know what programs I use that can just sort of like answer it for me. Jump scared the shit out of me. We had a perfect theater voice. My sister and I used to do voices with each other, like when we were kids, and like impressions and stuff. And I actually used to have a lot more of them. I used to be better at it. Like I think I had a pretty good handle on all of the characters from South Park for a while, which is really not that hard because there's only like 2 guys. But you know what I mean? Like if you know how Matt and or Trey sounds, you can kind of do all of their characters. But yeah, my sister and I used to do like voices and stuff when we were little, just like we also used to mimic each other. So we'd like sometimes answer the phone, like when our parents would call the house or whatever, we'd answer the phone and like pretend to be the other one. And they'd have to be like, which one am I talking to? We have a similar range too, so we can do it like, she can also do a squeaky chipmunk voice. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so that was another way to like kind of throw people off, is like, I know you guys both do this obnoxious voice, like which one of you am I talking to? And my monitor, you look like you're teleporting. The internet is horrible. It might be my internet. I'm very sorry. Several people have told me that when it gets laggy, I just like become a ping tuber. So it's lagging on my end too. So I think I'm just pinging it. I thought they were asking if Welcome to Hell 2 starts right after the first. Oh, they were asking if Welcome to Hell 2 starts right after the first film. Let me think. I don't know. Let me think. Okay, the first film starts and ends it ends with, yeah, like shortly after Sock is in Jonathan's fridge and they've been like interacting with each other for a little while. I don't know if it's like the same day. It might be. It's Welcome to Hell 2 starts where Jonathan has said it's been a week. So I don't know what day of the week Welcome to Hell 1 ends on. Let's say it's been anywhere between 3 and 7 days. Clearly it's a weekend on this day because he's not in school, so I think, and it could be kind of any time of day or any day of the week where the first one ends. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same day. If it would add something for it to be the same day, then yes, that is the same day. That could be kind of fun. Boy, I don't want to animate this. I don't want to draw this hand. It's going to be hard. I'm going to do that. I'm going to hope that worked. He's in flow state. Curious what your thoughts are on the way indie animation groups like Glitch and Cartoon Hangover and shorts like Butter Lover versus the animation industry. As a feature animator myself, hold on, I'm gonna come back to that question. It's going all over the place a little bit, but I'm gonna come back to it. I just want to scroll down. Oh, I'm not that far behind. Okay, cool. It's been 2 weeks at the start of Shark. Oh, 2 weeks. He says it's been 1 week. 9 trillion ping. That's how I read it, but they were asking about part 2 of Welcome to Hell 2. I'm unsure if I answered the question or didn't. I think I answered both of my misunderstandings of the question. If there's a third way that I've misunderstood the question, please let me know. Okay, but I'm going back to this one. Curious what your thoughts are on the way indie animation groups like Glitch and Cartoon Hangover and shorts like Butter Lover versus the animation industry. Curious on my thoughts on the way they what? on the way they are popping off right now. There's some words missing. But, also Cartoon Hangover. Is that the one? Is that the, are they the ones, the WB and Cartoon Network ones that are, you can like submit stuff to? I think it is. I don't remember. Which one is Cartoon Hangover? Maybe I'm wrong, because that is still like it's a larger studio. It is like the industry. It's just like a version of it that produces random shorts. Bee and Puppycat on Cartoon Hangover. Oh, or was Cartoon Hangover tied to Frederator? In any event, I would call that the industry. That's not, like... I would consider that to be industry and not indie. But they are, you know what I mean, taking on shorts from, like... just, like, people randomly. Let's see. I also don't know. It's interesting you bring up Butter Lover, because I feel like that one was like, it was I mean, I can't say it was so long ago because it came out more recently than Welcome to Hell, but I do feel like it was like like that was also someone's like thesis, like that was also someone's graduation film. And I didn't know that it was continuing. But also, what do I, like, again, there's every single stream someone comes in here and they're like, oh my god, I didn't know there was more Welcome to Hell. So, that's interesting. I don't know what's going on with Butter Lover currently. As I understood it, Butter Lover was the same thing that Welcome to Hell was for me, which was like, hey, I'm gonna make a cartoon for my graduation project, for my thesis film. I'm gonna make a cartoon of my characters. Like, I don't know if the intent was to create like an indie TV show pilot. I'm not sure. It was also sort of in that weird era that Welcome to Hell was in, where it's like before everyone was like, I'm gonna make an indie animated pilot. But that was sort of the vibe of what they were going for with the short film that they made. There was a handful of us doing that. So, I think the indie animation space is interesting right now. This is actually one of the things that was like kind of like I was like ranting about earlier. I don't know where it's going or what is happening. I had some ideas about it. I think my ideas are changing about it. I think it's good ultimately that it's like happening. I'm glad that people are like, fuck it, I'm making shit. I think that's always a good thing. But I don't understand. I guess I don't know like what the end goal is. There doesn't have to be an end goal. That's fine if there is no end goal. But I'm just like kind of curious where it's heading, or I thought I had an idea of what sorts of projects were going to get funded. And now I'm seeing some that are like kind of surprising to me. And I don't really know, like, I guess, okay, here's, I'm going to try and explain this in a way that's like succinct and without getting too in the weeds about individual projects. I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use my own as an example. So when I made Welcome to Hell in college, and granted, I didn't set out to like make a pilot. I was just making the short film that you make when you go to animation school to graduate. You have to make a film project at the end of it. I made that, but I kind of wanted it to feel like a pilot because I really wanted to make a TV show. And as a lot of people do. And I did that, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to pitch it around. And I pitched it to Frederator. I've talked about this before, I think, on a previous stream. And they were like, cool, what do you want us to do? Because that's not how, like, the industry works. Like, you don't make a pilot randomly and then go, like, be like, hey, I made this proof of concept for a show. Do you want to just, like, make it? Like, at least a studio like Frederator, what they do is make pilots. Like what they do is make proof of concepts that you would take to a big, like, you know what I mean? They kind of like, the idea, at least it used to be, you go pitch your thing to studios and producers and whatever, and they put up the money to make a pilot, and then they sort of, with all of their connections, their distribution and stuff, sort of like shop that around. Or maybe it's, you know, if it's like if it's like Disney or something where like the studio is also the distributor, like then, you know, the implication, obviously Disney doesn't produce as a TV show every single like pilot that they make. They might make a whole bunch of pilots and like a couple of them get like picked up and turned into a TV show or whatever. But like when I graduated, I very like rambunctiously was like, I made the thing already. Look, there's like a fan base for it. What if you made a show about it? What if you made a show? And they were like, you already made the thing. What are we supposed to do with this? Like, that was not the way that shit got done. And as far as I know, that continues to be the way that shit, like, that's not the way shit gets done. So, like, I think for making, like, we've got this kind of one example of, in terms of, like, if the goal with your indie pilot is, like, to get a show picked up and produced and distributed by a big company, we've got exactly one example of that having happened. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's kind of a lightning in a bottle situation with Has-Been, right? Like, how often can you reproduce that? I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but again, like, it's not like companies left and right are picking up indie pilots to be produced. Like, we're not there yet. Maybe we'll get there. I don't know. And then there's another option, which is like making a series yourself. And that is like varying degrees of, you know, some people are doing that pretty successfully through crowdfunding or merch, you know what I mean? Hell of a Boss obviously is doing a pretty good job of that. What's the other one? Ollie and Scoops. I think that one's been going on for a while. Monkey Wrench. There's several of them, and it's hard. It's like a tight budget to be able to do that, but like there are some people who are doing that, just making it themselves one episode at a time, and that's cool. That's super cool. But you know what I mean? I think everyone kind of has like a different, I don't know, like everyone sort of has a different angle of what they want to do and what they want to accomplish. And for some people, I'm just not sure, like, I don't know, like, well, what is the end goal of this? You know what I mean? That's something I'm, like, still trying to figure out. That's something that I don't think a lot of people know. I think right now we're in this position where, sorry, now I'm ranting. I should be working. We're in this position where, like, there's not a ton of jobs right now. And I think realistically what's happening is a lot of people are being like, well, I'm unemployed and I get to be my own boss. I want to make a cartoon and maybe I can pay some of my friends to work on it with me. Let's make a cartoon, guys. Like, we're all very talented and unemployed. What if we raised some money and made a thing? But and that's cool. That's totally cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I have a big question mark about what does that lead to? What is the goal to get your show, because shows still aren't getting like greenlit and picked up and whatever. Like, it's just like, I'm concerned a little bit that everyone making an indie thing right now is just making a portfolio piece. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't know. My thoughts on this are still kind of developing, and maybe I just like need to talk to more people about like what their goals are with what they're working on. Maybe everyone else is also just kind of winging it. I don't know. I'm just like, anyway, I'm not trying to like sound like defeatist or doomy about it or anything. again, I think it's fucking badass that people are making their own shit. Like, this is not, like, by any means, like, a criticism I don't think it's stupid or anything like that. I think it's really fucking cool that people are taking creativity into their own hands and just, like, making the shit that they want to see. But, like, I just, like, I'm not really sure. I'm just not sure what it leads to or where we go from here. Like, are we also just, like, so far along into the timeline of indie animation happening that everyone in animation is like, well, we gotta make this work, guys. You know what I mean? Like, is there some degree of, like, I don't want to say desperation, but is there some degree of, like, is it just, like, fuck it, YOLO, let's do what we want? Or is it, like, we have to build a new system? Or is it, you know, and then on a show-by-show basis, like, there's all kinds of different things, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's just interesting. I used to also have theories about, like, what kind of shows are going to have an easier time getting funding. And that was mostly, like, adult stuff, niche stuff that you can't really find anywhere else, stuff that's, like, weird and horny, or that's got a furry angle to it, or is violent, or, you know what I mean, is something that doesn't quite fit into regular TV programming, right? But, like, lately I've seen a lot, like, several kids show, like, 6 to 11 type shows that, like, got funded, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm wrong. That's awesome. Again, like, my wife, like, wants to write for kids, like, she works in, like, kids stuff, so I'm not, like, disparaging kids stuff or anything. I just kind of suspected that was something that people were going to have a hard time getting funded, but I'm seeing a couple of them get funded now, and I'm like, okay, well, like, who's the audience? It's, like, adults and teenagers who are putting up the money for this. And I don't know, does it go on YouTube? Do you pitch it around? Like, I don't know. I have a lot of questions, and I don't know if anyone has the answers right now. I think it's cool that it's happening. This is just how I feel about it today. Some days I wake up and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's all make, you know, let's all make the shit we want to make, and who fucking cares? Like, so I don't know, but some days I'm just, like, thinking about it way too hard, and anyway, I'm rambling. Indie animation is great. It's fucking awesome. You can listen to any one of these other streams that I have done too, and I'm also talking about indie animation on those streams. Everyone's always asking me what I think of it. I think it's great, like, overall. I just, like, don't really know. I have questions about where it's going as a whole and, like, the sustainability of it. And I think that's gonna differ from show to show, like, from project to project. I don't know. Anyway. So let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. You guys mean there's only, like, 2 guys? Yeah. Cartoon Hangover started on YouTube. They did Bee and Puppycat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember them. Jonathan looks like he's rising from the dead. He's actually falling into he bed. But anyway, I had to redo some of this animation. Sorry, because it's not... I don't know. I think I did it when I was in, like, power saving mode or something, and it's just not, like... It's stiff and weird, so I'm fixing it. He kind of spins around and falls into bed, and it didn't really make sense the way I had it animated, so I'm fixing it. Hearing that Welcome to Hell 2 was supposed to be a season finale, I thought there was a time skip between the first film and the second and stuff. Oh, okay, no. Okay, when I say supposed to be a season finale, what I mean is, like, the stakes of this feel to me like a season finale. Like, if I was just making a regular, like, show, and I had all the money and just resources in the world or whatever, and I was, like, pacing this out like season 1 of a show, a plotline like this would not be episode 2. It would be, like, maybe a season finale or something. But no, there's not, like, a huge canon time skip. It's just, like, this is something that has happened at the end of the first week of them knowing each other. Which is a lot. Like, it's a pretty big It's a pretty big milestone to get like sent to the Shadow Realm in the first week of your friendship with a demon, or not friendship, however you want to fiendship. Okay. Pencil has left his body. Hey Erica, what settings do you use for your inking? It varies. It depends on the program. It depends on what I'm making. But for TV Paint, I have, you can see I have this little window up here that's, I have the line smoothing activated. I have the smoothing set to 10. And I have it in real time, which means it does it as I'm drawing it. That's what feels right for me. I'm just using the regular brush, just the regular pen brush in TV Paint. And for Welcome to Hell, I specifically have the pen pressure off. It's like all one thickness, which is not usually how I draw or animate or anything like that. Like for cleanup, I'm trying to keep it all one consistent line width, which is an interesting exercise because it's just not something I am super comfortable with. I'm trying to get more comfortable with it. I feel like in the past my animation has been like rough or janky enough that like having the line width move kind of like makes it look fucked up. So I'm trying to get better at that. I'd like to go back to using pressure sensitive lines at some point. But at least for this one, I've been doing all one width. It's a controlled width. Is McGill Nancy Lil's full name? Is Nancy her last name or her middle name? I don't know. I think probably it's her middle name. Because Nancy's not really a last name. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that out yet. I think it's probably her middle name. So far it's hard to me. Everyone to be in the indie startup since I left digital art behind in favor for AI. What? Oh, since AI left digital art. But not everyone learned the same stuff or are willing to take a cut paycheck for indie. Oh, okay. Like animators and stuff? Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people are willing to take a pay cut to do an indie thing because they know it's a cool project that will be fun and exciting to work on. And it's something that they're not going to get to work on at like a big studio. So some people will do it like just for the hype of like working on a cool thing that has sort of like punk cred, you know? But I agree. I think there's a lot of people who want, which is crazy because I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot of jobs right now. So like people got to take, I think you kind of got to take what you can get. But yeah, when I think of indie animation, I immediately think of Welcome to Hell. Like, to me, it's peak of indie animation. Thank you. I feel like we used to be at the point people just pitched whatever, and that's how so much of the stuff we love now was made. Well, also, okay, so here's another thing, too. Like, a lot of the stuff... Okay, a lot of these, like, places that... Like, a bigger studio that is both the production studio and the distribution model, like Cartoon Network and Disney and whatnot. Cartoon Network in particular, like, all of their shows basically came from within. So, like, anyone who, like, pitches a show or would pitch a show to Cartoon Network, it was, like, someone who had worked on a previous show. Like, they kind of, like, you sort of get brought up and learn the ropes in this sort of, like, insular, like, pipeline. And all of their next shows pretty much come from people that already work at shows in the studio, which is cool. And actually, there's like a lot of it used to be way back in the day before we were all born. That's how like a lot of live action studios worked as well, and writers' rooms and stuff. I have another whole rant in me about like the history of the term showrunner and what that means. I can't do it off the cuff right now, but I have like a lot of thoughts on that as well. But so like a lot of some of it is also like, oh, sort of coming from within. It's not just like, and it's definitely easier to pitch a thing at a place you have connections with, right? Like if you work at a place that, at least a place that is also a distribution model, like Disney or Cartoon Network or WB or whatever, like it doesn't hurt to just be like, hey, can I like talk to a development executive, or can I pitch my thing or whatever? Like, you know, if you're working at a studio that is also its own distributor, like a lot of studios are just vendor studios, right? Like Titmouse or Shadow Machine or Frederator or whatever, right? Like it's like, you know, anyway, just like they're taking on contracts. They're kind of a middleman, you know what I mean? So anyway, so a lot of the bigger studios like also kind of have like a built-in mechanism for getting new shows. Like they're coming from inside the studio, which was cool. Like that was, anyway. And now just a lot of, because of all these mergers and stuff, it's like maybe that department's gone now, or like, oh, well, I didn't like this show and now that's canceled, or this, the head of animation, that got dissolved, that guy, we fired that guy, and now this dude's in charge of the animation department and he doesn't know anything about animation. So it's just like all of the kind of the, even the studios that had like a really solid structure for it are kind of like, that has all changed. And I don't think anyone really, it's just kind of a, it's not like stuff isn't getting made. There is stuff getting made, but it's just like, the ground is a little shakier now. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, studios don't want to take risks, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I didn't mean to say blah, blah, blah. I'm just reading through the, I'm not saying blah, blah, blah to discount what you guys are saying. Are you working on any other projects besides Welcome to Hell? It's a YOLO thing, at least for me, as I live only once. And as an artist, I honestly want to die knowing I put something out there, whether it turned out well or not. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Let's see, sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. Something inspired myself. Oh my gosh, the shrimp posture. One of my friends in animation, who was the director of a team I was on, would sometimes like send a little chat message to everyone that said shrimp check, or like, because you find yourself shrimping, like in the shrimp position at your computer, and it's like you need to unshrimp yourself so you don't have bad posture. Shoes on the bed. I know, he's a disgusting boy. And he's very tired, so no, he did not take the shoes off. Around 2017, I saw a cosplay of Sock at Texas Renaissance Fest, and I'm so shocked. Ooh, cosplaying Sock to a Ren Fair is really funny. We have a Ren Fair coming up in LA, and I wanted to make a big Furby costume for it, with like articulated face and eyes and everything, but maybe I'll be Sock. Just like, was it a Ren Fair version of Sock, or just regular Sock, modern day Sock? So glad I got here at a good time. Is it more canon than not that JoJo was/is country a farm girl? I don't know. I haven't figured out her whole deal yet, but she's definitely designed to be a little more, I don't know if farm girl is the right word. I haven't decided if she's like a feral like farm girl, or if she's like trailer park. I don't know. I was friends with a feral farm girl when I was younger, so that might have been the intent. But she didn't dress like that. But anyway, I continue to be friends with a feral farm girl, by the way. I'm not like, she's not someone I don't talk to anymore or anything. She's just a little less feral now. let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to. It's like totally messed up, and his mattress is on the floor. Is there a reason for that? In one of the older storyboards for part 1, I noticed that Jonathan's bed is totally messed up. Yeah. Originally, the reason for that was I wanted it to like look like Sock was really rifling through his stuff to find the journal. Like he has the journal under his bed, and we're just gonna sort of attempt to do some like environmental storytelling of like Sock has really gone out of his way to pry into Jonathan's life. But then I was like, wait a second, Sock can't. I don't think he can move a mattress. Like he can, I've talked about this a little bit before, he can kind of sort of touch certain belongings. Well, he talks about it in part 1, but I don't think he can like deliberately like rifle stuff around in Jonathan's room. He can't like lift and move his mattress looking for something, so I was like, wait a second, I can't do that. But yeah, that's interesting. Good, that's good that you picked up on that. Yeah, it was a mess because someone already pointed that out. Draw Jonathan as a shrimp, hell yeah. Wondering what Sock would wear to a Ren fair. Ooh, I had this idea. Oh, maybe that's something I can do. I had this idea. A friend of mine did this. I have it right here. Dress Uptober zine, where his two characters from his animatic, one of whom I voice, by the way, or at least I did temporarily. His name is Craig Yamamoto. But anyway, he did a shot for me in Welcome to Hell 1. But anyway, he did this little zine of his characters, like, wearing different outfits from this, like, Draw-tober prompt. And I thought that was, like, a really cute idea for a zine. But I kind of thought, like, I should do, like, that'd be kind of a fun thing to do, just, like, post a random drawing of... I'm not going to use someone else's pre-made list. I just, like, come up with, like, outfit prompts for like Sock and Jonathan, and just have like a little, like, post little drawings of them, like, fall outfit or like winter or something, whatever, formal or something like that. Like, I think it could be fun. So maybe Ren Fair is something that needs to get added. I'm gonna add that to the list. I was making a list actually. Maybe I can do that. Outfit. What did I have that file? I gotta write it down. I'm gonna write it down in real life because my computer's gonna take too long to find the what I named the file. Ren Fair outfit. Sock and John. Okay. Doing that. Frail trailer park girl, domesticated farm girl. Someone asked me a question a while back, but I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Going to a geek event in my city, and only my English teacher recognized my cosplay. That's cool that any of your teachers recognized it at all. That's awesome. Your dog just drag him to space. Someone asked if I was working on any projects besides Welcome to Hell 2, and like, kind of. I'm actively working on Welcome to Hell 2 right now, but wait, did I already animate that? I already did that. Which one am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this purple one. Okay. I have like a couple other ideas that I would like to do. I have a magical girl thing that I've talked about a little bit. It's like it's like a set in prehistoric times magical girl thing with like, they're like mages or whatever. And yeah, ancient magical girls, something I want to do. I've posted a little bit about that. I have an idea There's something I've talked about on and off with my wife that's it's called Fuzzmigos, and it's like it's like we're combining a couple different ideas into this thing, but it's like a post-apocalypse. It's like Y2K happens for real and it becomes the post-apocalypse. So it's just like an apocalypse that's stuck in like the late 90s. And the world just descends into like a comically 90s apocalypse. And our two main characters are these girls that have been like chatting over like an instant messenger, and they're both really into like this universe's equivalent of Furbies. And anyway, when Y2K happens and they can't talk to each other anymore, they decide to go find each other. Their love of Fuzzmigos unlocks their love of each other. And it like becomes this whole like cross-country 90s apocalypse comedy adventure thing. And I like really the problem is whenever we talk about it, I get like really wrapped up in the lore of the Fuzzmigos, like of the toy itself. I'm like, it should also have elements of Pokemon, and also there should be all like anyway, like but I do like the idea of because it's like a technology toy, it's kind of like a little robot toy, and because there was a concern from like people when the Furby first came out, like it wasn't allowed in like government buildings and meetings and stuff like that because they were worried it had like a microphone or like a recording device in it or something. But I like the idea of the Furby in this universe, like the Fuzzmigos, like actually having some sort of technology, like maybe it's early, I don't know, some kind of early version of like Wi-Fi or something. I don't know, like something that somehow is they're still able to use it because it's, I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out the tech aspect of it. I like the idea of the Fuzzmigos still working, even though like the internet isn't. I mean, I imagine like smaller, battery operated things, toys and stuff are fine because they're not like on like, it's not like the computer that runs the entire banking system for the world or whatever. But yeah, that's another idea. I have another thing that's my wife's idea that I might end up making an animatic for. It is called Solar Derby. I think I've also posted about that on my Instagram or my portfolio website, but it's like an alternate timeline 70s where we've like made contact with aliens and they're just like, it's like a sci-fi 70s thing, you know what I mean? There's like aliens and robots and stuff, but it is the 70s, and they play a version of roller derby that's like got an anti-gravitational, like the track is shaped like a, what do you call it, a Mobius strip, and there's like an anti-gravitational orb. Anyway, like but it's like an adult sci-fi sitcom kind of thing, kind of romance, action, drama, a bunch of different things. But anyway, we might her college has a program right now where they are putting up a little bit of money for alumni that have a project that they want to work on, and if you get selected, they give you some money to make a thing. So if she gets selected, then I'll probably be making an animatic for a trailer for Solar Derby. I mean, she's already like written like the first episode and stuff like that. She's just like a writing beast. She's just constantly writing. But anyway, but like with the amount of money that they are offering, it's like we can maybe make a trailer. But good news is they asked to see the full episode script, so I think that's a good sign that they might be considering us. But yeah, I have a couple other projects, that I'd like to work on. But yeah. No, let's do that. Pocketo. Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this for just one frame. It's just one frame, right? Yeah. Okay, I gotta check the chat again in a second. Let me see what's going on. What have I done? What have I done? Nope. Okay. I think that'll work. What if I just use the rest of these frames? I don't think there's anything wrong with these frames. I think these ones are fine. Let's see. Okay. No! Okay. Oh, I still gotta add one more there. I'll probably just use that one. Did I fuck it up in any way? Is it like messed up? It's a little messed up. The line width is messed up, but that's okay. For now, it's okay. Let's just see. Let's see if it plays back. It's probably gonna be super laggy, but anyways, John flopping into bed. Yeah, it's super laggy, but I'm gonna let it play through a couple times because sometimes TV Paint will figure it out. Sometimes it'll optimize itself. Nope, it is not. It's just BAM. That's funny. Oh wait, it's getting there. Is it? Yeah. It's interesting. I can let it play through a couple times and it'll be like, I did it! Ah, I did it! I rendered it. Yeah. I think that looks alright for now. I'll have to go back and fuss with it some more later. But let's see. Let me catch up on the chat. Welcome Halzine. Yes. Yeah, I gotta do that. I'm gonna write down Welcome to Halzine just because. I'm trying to think of. I made myself a little schedule that I have not followed yet of stuff to be doing weekly and stuff to be doing monthly, in terms of my social media posts and stuff and staying on top of things. And I'm like, what am I gonna post? It's like, oh, I guess that's something I can just do little zine illustrations. Okay, let's see. Please, I need ancient magical girls. Thank you. One day. Favorite sock furry artist has arrived. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, Moebot and Blackie Max. Yeah, that's another short from my chat. Okay, that's something where my original idea for that was also Y2K actually happens and Earth is post-apocalyptic now. Just suddenly it descends into post-apocalyptic madness. But I also want I'm sort of borrowing that idea from the Moebot thing. It's an old animation that's on my channel. Like a sophomore... We could animate I don't remember what it was. We had an assignment to animate whatever we wanted as our final in sophomore year, I think. Or sophomore year? Junior year? Anyway, that was one of the... I had considered making that into a full short instead of Welcome to Hell. I'm glad I made Welcome to Hell. Tarot cards would be awesome. Ooh, that'd be fun. Drawing them as tarot cards? Tarot cards. I was noticing on the website that everyone makes their little anime plastic junk from, you know, keychains and stuff. They have an option to make tarot cards, and I'm like, is it a whole deck, or can you just like make a couple random tarot cards? Because I think that would be really fun. Solar Derby is a cute idea. I love the designs. Thank you. Hands are so steady. I'm jealous. Oh, I promise they're really not. I'm having to draw really slow because the computer is like dying. And also I can only make them that smooth when I'm really zoomed in. Is Jonathan the only high schooler in his neighborhood? I'd like to imagine the bus comes all the way to his stop just to pick him up by himself. That's a good question. Oh, sorry, you guys are saying the stream is lagging. Is that on my end? I can see it pops up every now and then and it says my thing is a little laggy, but generally no one says anything when that happens, so I'm assuming it's just my video. I'm assuming it's not super noticeable. Let's see, is Jonathan the only teenager in his neighborhood, or the only high schooler? I don't think so. I think, his neighborhood is based on my own neighborhood, and there was several in that exact neighborhood. There was like 1, 2, 3. There might have been 3 bus stops, 2 or 3 bus stops in that neighborhood. Depends on the route, depends on the year. But I grew up with a friend of mine lived like on the other, like one street over. I lived on like a cul-de-sac, and this friend lived, there was like a loop, like a horseshoe street that went around the cul-de-sac, and they lived on that street. And rather than making that into 2 bus stops, we just like met at the area where those 2 streets sort of like coalesced, just to make it easier for the bus driver. But the bus driver, we were like kind of friends with the bus driver. Pretty much me and this friend, like we would always sit everyone wants to sit in the back of the bus because you could be like not noticed. But that makes the whole front of the bus totally free. There's like no people in the front of the bus. So like me and my friend would sit in like the front seat and talk to the bus driver the whole time. So we were like always friends with our bus driver every year. And they knew us well enough to be like, oh, if one of us was running late, like, okay, maybe like drive around the horseshoe just to see like, oh, did they not make it to the bus stop on time? Like, but there was definitely like a couple other people who I went to school with in my neighborhood. I don't know. He's definitely the only person at that particular bus stop. There might be one on the other side of the neighborhood. But yeah, let's see. Which card would Soccer Jonathan be, and which card would you be? God, I don't know. I don't know all the cards. I'd have to, I mean, I do, but I don't know, like, who's the best suited one for what card. Like, people ask me all the time, like, oh, what signs are they? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I haven't thought that hard about it. Let's see. Do you plan on doing something else after the second part of Welcome to Hell? Not pressuring you, just asking. You mean like doing something else besides Welcome to Hell? Or doing more Welcome to Hell? I'm definitely going to keep making stuff after I'm done with this. I think if I continue making Welcome to Hell, I'm going to do animatics from here on out. Maybe like comic strips and maybe animatics. I don't think I'm gonna like animate a whole fucking short film like this ever again. Let's see. Webcam /live stream was lagging while TV Paint was rendering the clip, but it's... Oh, really? Okay. I see. So it's one or the other. I should have had Task Manager open while I was looking at that. Okay. So TV Paint can render a clip at the cost of my stream. So so I am doing, someone also asked, like, am I doing cleanup or rough animation right now? And kind of both. Generally I'm doing cleanup, but in this instance I had to like add some frames that I should have done in the rough stage. So sometimes I find myself having to also do rough cleanup, even when having to do rough animation when I should be just doing cleanup. How long will Welcome to Hell 2 be time watch time wise? The total length of it is, I don't remember. How long is the first bit? The first bit's like 6 or 7 minutes, right? Oh my god. You guys. I don't know. I'm just gonna put this, I'm gonna go like that so I can color it. Oh no. Let's move that up. I think the total length of the fucking thing is like, how long is it? It's less than 20 minutes. I want to say it's like 15 or 16 total. But the way that the episode is split up into 2 parts, they're gonna be like almost similar lengths, you know? So part 2 will be about as long as part 1. Maybe a little longer? It might be a little longer. I'm not sure. Okay. Boom. Nope. Boom. There. Get rid of that hole. We don't need that. Okay. Oh, actually, I can just, whatever. It's not important. Not important. Okay. Let's see what the chat's saying. Oh, this person asked a good question, but I don't know how to answer it. Jonathan does not yet know how and why Sock died. I agree that line would be stronger if he did, but he's just kind of going out on a limb and like being a bitch. He's just sort of going out on a limb and assuming that Sock has been largely unable to make meaningful connections with people. Let's find space for me. Do you have any ideas? Any filler episodes that would include them? What is the flop for? I mean, I understand the you know, referring to a group like the whatever, the Fab Four or the whatever. But what does the flop mean? Yeah, I mean, I would like there to be filler episodes. I love a show that's got filler episodes. I think it's great. Well, it's like trying to figure out what it's trying to do. Like, it just gives you time. Like, if the characters are fun and you want to spend time with them, like, why not? But I think if I got a chance to make Welcome to Hell as like a real show, as like a traditional show, I don't think I would I don't think there'd be room for filler. Like, I picture that maybe if I was lucky enough to get it made, it would maybe be like a mini series. Like, maybe I'd get 13 episodes, and I really don't think there'd be room for filler. I think the storytelling would have to be pretty tight, which would be a real struggle for me because I don't do that shit. I don't do tight stories. How come his feet are missing? They're missing because there's going to be something in the foreground. Or because it's going to be cut off and you won't see them in this framing. So I just didn't draw them. Draws like curbs are non-existent. Satiety. Sorry, we're saying 6-7, you guys. I was watching someone the other day. I was watching someone's stream the other day, and they were like estimating a number, and they like deliberately skipped over 6 and 7. They were like, I don't know, 4, 5, 8, 9, something like that. It's like, that's funny. Let's see. Those shirts and belts, I forget the name. Oh, low-key losers. That's flop. I see. Flops. They are low-key losers. They're high-key losers. I see. Always wondered if Jonathan thinks Sock used to be human or if he just thinks he was born in hell. I don't think they've talked about it yet. I think they will eventually. At this point I don't believe they've really discussed the ins and outs of that. What am I going to take the colors from? Take it from here. Okay. Boop. Oh wait, I started doing the colors already, didn't I? Are you going to do a beach episode or any anime-inspired moments or anime-style theme song? I was just talking about this earlier. I did write an anime OP. I did write, like, an anime song. I mean, it's in English, but, like, I wrote a song, and I'm, like, animating an anime OP to it for Welcome to Hell. I'm just doing that for fun. But a beach episode or an anime inspired. I think that'd be really fun if it was like a larger series to just do a beach episode. I want to like any kind of thing like that. I'd want to like sort of subvert it though. Like, I don't know. I think like a beach episode that goes really poorly could be fun. That happened to me and my friends when we first moved out here. We all decided to have a beach episode. We're like, we're gonna go to the beach and we're gonna have so much fun. And like it was miserable, and everyone came back in worse shape. And like either, you know, like I lost my glasses in the ocean, and like a couple of people got like a really bad like not a sunburn, but like a sun rash or something. Like a couple of people got a rash. We went to a shitty beach. We didn't know that there was like good beaches and bad beaches, and I don't remember what beach it was, but like, and there was kind of this like gunk everywhere that was like this kind of oily gunk that got on some of us, and one of my friends got kind of like a wave sort of tossed him into a rock. And then we were like, let's go get some seafood, and we went and we got seafood. I got super sick later that night. Like, I barely didn't make it home. I had to, like, pull over my car and, you know, vomit in front of someone's fucking front yard. I was, like, one corner away from being at my apartment. I was like, I can't, like, I don't know if it was the seafood or what. Like, it was a terrible, just a disaster. But I like the idea of like there being a really traumatic beach episode. Every time I use the software, it seems to make the stream lag more. Yeah, well, That's one of the reasons I thought about not streaming earlier today. I was like, I'm gonna be fighting the whole time. I'm gonna be fighting the computer, like, lagging. I don't know. I mean, is the streaming, like, is the animation... Oh, I did start coloring it, didn't I? What? Oh, I did. Oh, but then I started redoing it. Okay. Like, when I... Does the audio stay decent? Like, because I think, for me personally, I would rather watch the animation and have the audio than have my video feed be like, I wouldn't mind if, I don't know, but maybe it should be the other way around, because mostly I'm talking, so maybe it should be, the focus should be on the video feed. I don't know. Gee, I don't know. I don't know what the ideal situation is. I'm gonna turn on the auto pick. Also, I don't know, is it laggy when I'm just animating, or like when I'm trying to get it to play back? Because I feel like on... Oh, I see, yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm mostly monitoring the chat on my phone, but I do see what you're saying. Like, when I'm using it, it makes my video lag a little bit. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see what happens now. If I just, like, don't do anything in the software. Just kind of move around. Yeah, I can only do one thing at a time, huh? Yeah. That's funny. Okay. Let's see. Do you animate it all on your own? If so, would you consider having other people help animate? Yes, and maybe. I do animate it all on my own. I have had some people help me animate. But a couple times I've had people... Like, sometimes people will reach out and offer to help me animate, and they'll be like, I've never animated before, but let me know if you need any help. And it's like, okay, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you know if I need any help if you've never animated before. Like, I don't have the time to teach someone how to animate. Like, this kind of happens sometimes, and it's like, you know, so if I see in someone's, like, portfolio that they can and that they're, you know, a good fit, I'm not opposed to it. I've had my friends help me out because I know what my friends are capable of, you know. But also what's tricky about, again, like, one of the things that I sort of struggled with when I first started making Welcome to Hell is I thought I was going to have all my friends help me make it, but, like, you know, we all needed to get jobs, like, we all had bills to pay and stuff, and so it was like, oh, I can't just, it's not college anymore, I can't just offer to buy my friends pizza and, like, and they'll help me animate a thing. I mean, to some degree, there's, like, some stuff you can get people to help with, you know, almost all of my friends will do voices and stuff like that, or they'll, if it's something they, like, specialize in or whatever, they're usually excited to be asked, but just in terms of, like, using people for who would like to help, that gets a little trickier, because I'd need to make sure, I'd need to, like, vouch for them first and everything, and you know, and that takes time as well, and to some degree I feel goofy even saying any of this, because it's like, well, beggars can't be choosers, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to look a gift animator in the mouth, but also, like, you know, I don't know. I'm not, like, the best, most talented, amazing animator in the world or anything like that, but I have, like, you know, I have kind of, like, a degree of, you know, a sort of standard that I'm looking to hit, and a lot of times when people reach out, they just like don't have a lot of experience, and I don't, you know, or maybe they have like, oh, I use this software. Maybe they do have experience, but they don't really have any animation software. And it's like, okay, well, this is gonna be really tricky then. Like that means I'm gonna have to like check your work in my animation software if you don't have something that can play back animation. That's like severely limiting your ability to animate, you know, which is fine. Like I've animated in Photoshop before and whatever. You know, it is a way you can do stuff, but it's very hard to check stuff without like a playback feature. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling here, but accepting help is kind of difficult because there's a whole like vetting process or whatever. But I would theoretically accept help. Like, again, I've had my friends help me on it. Oh, Sock wouldn't be able to go into the water because of the salt. Oh, that would be it. That is Sock's, like, bad beach day experience, is he goes in the water and he has an allergic reaction. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Maybe that should be their outfit for the zine. Maybe there's a beach day prompt and Sock just has like a terrible rash. I like the idea that you can still get a rash as like a ghost. It's Socky a floaty. Seems like the type of person to need glasses and choose not to wear them, or is convinced his vision is perfect. A lot of people, myself included, like didn't know they needed glasses. Like you only know what your vision looks like, you know? And it kind of takes someone being like, hey, do you have to squint to read the chalkboard? I've noticed you're squinting to try and read that. Or like trying on someone else's glasses and being like, oh, wait a second, maybe I need glasses. To, you know that you need them. So yeah, I could see maybe he needs them and doesn't know it. I needed glasses for a bit and didn't know it when I got glasses in 6th grade, I think, or 7th, 8th. I got them in middle school. No. When did I get them? I think I got them in middle school, and they were just for distance. They were like, you can put these on when you need to see, like, the chalkboard and you're sitting in the back of class or whatever. But I didn't have to wear them all the time. You know, and then your eyesight gradually gets worse, and they're like, you should be wearing these all the time. And I was like, no! I think I started wearing my glasses all the time in, like... probably high school, probably in 9th or 10th. I don't know. I don't think I was in middle school. I think it was when I started high school is when I started wearing the glasses more permanently. Probably because the classrooms were bigger and I was like, oh, I'm now further away from the chalkboard and I can't fucking see it. Let's see. Have I ever been to an event and seen someone dressed as a character from Welcome to Hell? No. I mean, I know people have like cosplayed the characters from Welcome to Hell. I've seen lots of pictures of that and people send me that sometimes. Like occasionally I've had a friend at something and they're like a friend maybe in like who's like tabling at a con and they're like, oh my god, I saw a cosplayer, and they're like, hey, and they wave them down and like, I'm friends with Erica, let me send her a picture. So that's happened a couple times where I've received a text from a friend that's just like, look who I saw. And that's always really fun. I like that. But I don't go to a ton of like anime conventions and stuff, so that might be part of it. That might be part of why I haven't seen a lot of these things. But it would be awesome. It would be really cool. Oh, I gotta set the tolerance a little higher. that's working. Is it? I don't know. It feels kind of fucked up. Okay. Let's see. Sock salt allergy. Do an honest beach episode, like your experience with them having those high expectations. Most people think it'd be amazing, but sand is sand. Dude, sand is sand. And you know what else sucks about the beach? I'll just say it. Like, you think the beach is gonna be hot and warm because it's the fucking beach, but like, I mean, it depends where you're at, right? But like, most of the beaches I have been to I'm always underdressed for it, because like the thing that you don't think about is that the ocean is fucking cold. Like, maybe the outside, maybe the sun is hot, but like the beach is fucking cold, bro. And like, what? There's a hole. And it's like the breeze coming off of the ocean is always like so fucking chilly. It's like, that's the endless expanse of the fucking ocean out there. It's so cold. And anyway, I have learned my lesson. I know now, but it took me a while to learn that lesson. I had to repeatedly learn the lesson of the beach is fucking cold. Jonathan seems like he burns in the sun. Yes. Just the video lagging. Okay. Audio stays consistent. I think that's good. I think if there's one thing that's going to remain consistent, it should be the audio. Like, at the very least, like, because a lot of people, like, I'll listen to something while I work, you know? And I think a lot of people do that. Like, a lot of people are just like, have this on while they're working on something else. So at the very least, if the audio is working, I'm probably not going to do too much to troubleshoot it. Sorry. Oh, gap closer. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. I wondered what I turned off. I had this wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Does the stream normally lag when I use the software, or is that specific to this stream? I might need to just go back and watch some of my older streams, because one thing that is happening, well, one, I switched browsers. Let's see how much. I don't know. I think the browser is using the same amount of memory as my old one was. But something I'm also doing while I'm streaming is I'm running the disk clean utility on my computer. And it is cleaning like 50... How much was it? I think it was like 50 gigabytes or something of bullshit. So, I don't know if this always happens, or if this is just happening because I'm like intentionally making my computer do a bunch of extra work. Oh, you know what? I'm also gonna close Patreon too. I have Patreon open, and I feel like that always slows down things. I don't know why. Okay. How do you look about Jonathan being able to see JoJo, or the other way around with Lil seeing Sock? Have you thought about the semantics? I have thought about it, and I'm not sure. I haven't decided on anything. I kind of think I like the idea of that Jonathan isn't able to see JoJo. He's not able to see an angel or another otherworldly being until Sock interacts with her. So, like, until they have like a physical confrontation, or, you know, paraphysical confrontation, I guess, metaphysical, whatever, like, then he's like, oh, that's what you're talking about. Like, I don't know about Lil. Can Lil see Sock? Lil can see Sock, but maybe it works the other way too. Like, just if you're able to, you've been granted access to see one or the other, and then the two of them have to like interact with each other physically to make it happen, to make it visible to the human. That's kind of how I was thinking about it, but I don't know. I haven't decided. Your video is like that one laggy Spider-Man streamer. I don't know about that. I don't know what that means. I saw an old anime drawing of yours. You rock. It looks so amazing. Thank you. And also, someone was saying, I like that you do these because animating is hard, and for some reason people really have to see what you are doing to understand why it takes a while. And why Invincible looks like it does these days. I've said this on all of my other streams that I've been doing lately. It doesn't take this long when I'm not streaming. Because when I'm able to just, like, get focus pilled, when I'm focus maxing on my animation, I when I don't have to like monitor a chat and talk to people and whatever, and I can just like zone out and animate, it goes much quicker. And also I am not fighting against my computer hardware and the streaming software in terms of competing for memory. So yeah, anyway, it does take a while, obviously, but I cannot stress enough that I promise every time I animate it does not take this long. Like, you guys are seeing a particularly long version of me working on something. But yeah. There is an way to animate in Photoshop. There is. There's a couple different ways. Or at least there was. I don't know if there is currently, but there used to be in Photoshop. There was a timeline. It doesn't work the same way a timeline in any other animation software would work, but it does have the capability to handle video, for one. And the other way that you would animate in Photoshop involves using, what do you call them? They're like layer comps, I think they're called. So you can have composite layers of something, like let's say a line art and color and whatever, and you can have a bunch of those and export them. You can automate it to export those as layer comps in like an image sequence, and that image sequence you could import into, After Effects or Premiere or something like that, and it would play like an animation. But if you can't check, it kind of works for if you're really, really positive that your animation is tight and you're just going to clean it up that way, that's fine. But if you have to check any of the like movement, it's really difficult. But yeah, at least that's, as I remember, that's the way that I have seen people do it, and that's something I had tried before I had found animation software that I liked. That was something I was trying. What's cool about animators is they make do. You figure out how to, if you really want to do something, you just gotta figure out how to do it. I think that's kind of the case with any art. Like, if you want to make it bad enough, you just like find a way to make it. Like, you really don't have to. I think it's intimidating. I think people think, oh, well, I don't have the software, or I don't have, Jesus Christ, this or that, or whatever. But you also like don't need that. Like, you can kind of come up with whatever janky ass pipeline you can come up with to get it done. Like, that can just be your pipeline. Like, it doesn't need to, you don't need to have a specific software or whatever. Just finding something that works for you. Oh, I didn't animate the, do I have, oh, I don't have a seam on his pants. I thought he had a side seam on his jeans. I started animating it like he had one, but I guess he doesn't. Well, yeah, in one frame I did that. That's more like that's more something I do for an illustration. Guess I should get rid of it. How much did I do that on? I give him pockets. I give him butt pockets. Because we don't normally... Oh, that's why. We don't normally see... His hoodie normally covers he butt. So that's why... Oh, his arms move a little bit there. Okay, I gotta fix that. Yeah, we don't normally see that. But we don't see the side seam ever. So I should get rid of the side seam. That is unnecessary. I will get rid. You know, it super doesn't matter. Do I have the fly on there, though? I don't know. I don't remember what part of Jonathan's jeans I do and don't draw. I don't remember how much detail. Oh, I erased a part of that I didn't want to. Yep. Let's just get rid of that. Let's just get rid of the side seam. I'll get rid of the zipper fly too. I don't know. I like drawing details on jeans because it helps me keep track of like volume, but I don't know. I didn't do it on any of these other. Maybe I'll go back and do it later if I've decided I want to. Okay, I gotta fix the color. Alright, let me see what the chat is up to. Toon Boom has a student-teacher discount and some industry animators use the application. Oh yeah, Toon Boom Harmony is like wildly popular. It's widely used in the industry. If you can get a discount on that and sort of teach yourself how to use that program, that's like a huge, that's a huge plus in the industry. Tons of places use Toon Boom. I just learned how to use Toon Boom. Well, that's not true. I used to use I tried Toon Boom back before, like in the early, I think it was like Toon Boom 4 or 3 or something. It was like a really, really old version of it when it was basically just like a slightly less shitty Flash. And then it kind of became the industry standard. But I had never worked at a studio that had used it. Like all the studios that I worked at were like still, for whatever reason, for the most part, using Flash. So there was a studio that I did a lot of work at, and I got hired on there, and I was used to them using Flash. And when I showed up for the new job, like all the machines had Toon Boom, and I was like, oh no. Or Harmony. I mean, it's the animation software, they call it Harmony now, but it's Toon Boom. Anyway, and so I like on the first day was like watching tutorials for how to use Toon Boom, and yeah, but it's okay because so was the supervising director on the show. He was like, oh, I see you also have that playlist pulled up of how to fucking use this. And I was like, oh, okay, thank God. So yeah, it's nice to have a head start on that kind of thing. I should probably go in a little bit. Because what? Started. Okay. On dinner or that salad? Dinner. Okay, I will help with that. Oh yeah, it's about time. I was gonna go until around 5. It looks like my stream is at an hour. The hour of minutes. An hour and 44 minutes, which is the minute and 44 seconds of hours and minutes. So I think when I hit 2 hours, I'll probably stop, which is, like, not bad. Getting a 2-hour stream in on a day where I was like, I don't want to stream, I think is fine.
Yeah, what do you know, baby?
Thank you. Alright, let me catch up on my chat. Fuck his posture, yeah. Let's see. Sock, rash, Jojo and Jonathan, sunburns, Lil, heat exhaustion. Hell yeah. Do you color in a separate layer or the same as the line art? I color in a separate layer. But if you want to color in the same layer as the line art, you do you. I think, I could be wrong about this. I was watching a video the other day on how anime does cleanup in color. And I think in the process they end up merging the because I wanted to try that for my like anime OP thing that I'm animating. And I think I could be wrong about this, I might be misspeaking, but I think in the process they end up merging the line and color layer at some point in the process that to me feels way too early. And I was like, I'm not doing that shit, fuck that. Like, I do ultimately end up like, the thing that I end up exporting and into my video editing software or like After Effects is like a combined version of the layer, the line art and the color. Like I don't keep them separate in After Effects. I know some people do because they like to do like, oh, just this effect on the line art and just this effect on the color. I don't really care. Like once it exits the animation program, it can be one thing, but I like to keep them actually separated in the program because if I notice that something's wrong or I have to go back in and fix something, it's like, I don't know, it's just easier for me if they're separated, you know? But, I do think some productions, merge them at some point or color within. I know it looks like I'm filling in the in-between. You know, it looks like I'm just filling into the that's probably why you're asking, is because I'm just hitting the fill bucket and it's filling in the lines. That is because TV Paint has a very unique feature. This thing right here. I don't know if it's... Oh, it's not. It's cropped on my screen. Well, hold on. Ooh, no one cares. No one asks. Yeah. Wait, can I move? Can I move the way it's cropped in OBS? No, I can't. Can I? May I? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think it's gonna show now, is it? So over here in the fill bucket, you can set the source to be the layer or above or under or display. So I have it set to above, which means that my fill bucket tool, my color layer, is referencing the layer above it, which is the line art. Any layer above it. It doesn't have to literally be like the next layer on the timeline. But anyway, TV Paint has all kinds of useful dumb shit like that. Sorry, I'm gonna try and get the, there we go, get the crop back to where it was. But yeah, it's not like actually filling in between the lines, it's just referencing the line layer above it. It has all kinds of stupid little features like that, and that's why I love it. Okay, let's see. Sorry for the making dinner sounds in the background. Sorry. No, it's okay. It's totally fine. I'm gonna get going in a second.
It's gonna be a lot quieter. I just needed to get the chickpeas.
Oh no, I'm sure. I mean, it's like an ASMR, really, right? Like the sound of chickpeas.
Really
yeah. feel like you have glass blindness. I didn't even know you had it. Blindness? Glasses blindness? Jonathan can see Sock, but no one else. Because Jonathan is haunted by Sock. It's his demon, yeah, as this other person in chat said. What tablet do you use? The tablet that I'm using, I guess you can't see it unless I turn my laptop around, but it's it's the first Cintiq that they ever made. It's called a 21UX, and if you Google Cintiq 21UX, it's just like, it's very clearly the first Cintiq they ever made. It's gray. It's 4:3. It's not widescreen. It's like a 15-year-old, 20-year-old Cintiq. But it's still going. I bought it on eBay for pretty cheap, like when I first graduated college, and I've just been using it. And as long as it works, I'm going to keep using it. I like it better than the newer ones, to be perfectly honest. The screen feel is better. It has, I don't know how to explain it. The glass on these older Cintiqs is different than the newer ones. It has like some sort of very light, like, texture or something to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like on the new Cintiqs, the pin is just it's like too smooth. This feels like it has some kind of grit or something. It's invisible, but it feels better. I don't know. Like, not to be like they don't make shit like they used to, but they don't make shit like they used to. So anyway, I use a 21UX. It sucks. I see a lot of times people just like getting rid of Titmouse used to do this like Smash Party thing where they just like you show up at the lot and there's just like, you bring whatever old equipment and you just like beat the shit out of it. They give you like a mallet or whatever, and you just get to like take your rage out on whatever equipment. And they were I was there one time and they were getting rid of a bunch of these old 21UX Cintiqs, and I was like, I hope they don't work. I hope they're not just smashing a bunch of perfectly good, they don't make them like they used to Cintiqs, because like, I want one. When this thing does, I want another old one. Do I have to like constantly reinstall my driver and make sure the driver for this is like impossible to find? It's like the regular one from the English website doesn't work. You have to go download the one from like the Japanese website or something. But anyway, everything's a delicate balance of just barely working technology. Thanks for creating something special. Thank you. Crazy seeing the first episode when I was in high school. I'm now 27 and I can't wait for the second one. It wasn't lagging last time. Okay. So I shouldn't have told my computer to do a disk cleanup before I started streaming. I think that might be it. I don't think it's switching browsers. I think it's because I psychotically was like, I know, I'll let the computer clear 50 gigs of space while I'm streaming. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and not do that next time, and we'll see. We'll maybe rule out if it's the browser or not. My phone won't hush. It keeps turning. Someone set to play whenever you drive me crazy. I chose to be here. What? Charging and disconnecting. Oh, I see. Oh, your phone, you have it set to say a line. What is the line? Does Jonathan have a favorite era? 40s, 60s, and so on? I don't know. I'll think about it. There's information. Oh, sorry, I'm like so behind in the chat. Sorry, you guys are quoting something I said a long time ago. I just remember one time I was at my computer science course and I started to read the whole Welcome to Hell fandom page. Yeah, instead of doing your work. Yeah. I get that. Animate in Google Slides. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I remember trying to animate in... Oh, they don't make it anymore. It was a Windows XP program. It was essentially a slideshow program. Katie, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I animated it.
Yeah, I was gonna say all the girlies that were trying to make like AMVs or whatever and didn't have like video editing software.
No, I wasn't making AMVs. It was just
you were
stick
animating
figures.
stick figures. What was it called?
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
What was it called? Windows Movie Maker, right? It was Windows Movie Maker. That's what I was trying to think of. Movie Maker, or was that
it was something else, baby.
It wasn't Movie Maker. Was Movie Maker the Apple one? I don't know. It's Windows something. It's my dad also learned how to use it, and he was so like stubborn about not giving it up that he installed it somehow on, like, he got the like source code files for it or so. Anyway, he put it on a post Windows XP computer because he was just like, it was perfect. Like, I refused to to learn anything new. And I don't know, it's iconic, honestly. Okay, I'm not to the gap closer. Alright. 100. I'm gonna catch up with the chat and then oh no, okay, and then I'll probably stop because we're coming up on 2 hours. Light motion and flip a clip. Oh yeah, that's another one. People can also still animate to say an Autodesk and flip a clip. Kids art. I've never heard of that. That's funny. It's like it's either delusion or straight up lying about Jonathan's butt. The boy is concave. Let's see. Have you ever used Toon Boom Storyboard Pro? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was, sorry. When I said I learned Toon Boom on the fly for... I'm sorry, I said it was Harmony. I lied. It was Storyboard Pro. That's what I was learning on the fly for the last job. I have noodled a little bit in Harmony. I don't think I've ever had to use it for a job, for like a retakes job. Wait, did I? Yes, I did. That's totally... No, that was Flash. Sorry. I'm like mixing them up. Again, I've worked for a lot of studios that like embarrassingly we're still using Flash. Well, okay, I shouldn't say embarrassingly. It's because like the overseas studios are still using Flash, and it's like it's difficult to ask some other studio to just upgrade all of their equipment and software for no reason. So the ones that were still using it were like still using it because whatever overseas like vendor studio they were using was still using it. Yeah, I have used Storyboard Pro. I had to use that for the last job I was at. It's fine. It has a lot of stuff that I like. But it's also incredibly frustrating. I find a lot of stuff in Storyboard Pro very frustrating. It's industry standard. That's pretty much what everyone's using. I wish it just had, like... I don't know how to explain it. I wish it just had the ability to stretch a drawing across a timeline. It doesn't have that. It kind of like, I mean, you can copy and paste it into each. Like, I wish it had a timeline. I'm animator brained, so I want everything to have a timeline. Anyway. Storyboard Pro actually is functionally, it does have a playback, but when I was describing the layer comps thing in Photoshop earlier, it's functionally that, but with a playback feature, if that makes sense. it's like each storyboard panel is a thing in a timeline, and then there's layers within that. Anyway, and it has a camera, and it has some other stuff you can, and it's frustrating because it's frustrating to me because I worked on a show where files were passed around a lot, so sometimes you end up working on a file that someone else started, and everyone sets up their file completely differently, and everyone uses the tools a little bit differently. So sometimes I'd open something and be like, okay, this note that they want me to fix about the camera, well, unfortunately, the previous storyboard artist, like linked the camera to this one layer, and it's tracking this, and I don't know how to undo that without undoing all of this, and it's just like, I think it's fine if you're just the one person using it and you've got your workflow that like works and makes sense for you, but it's really frustrating. Or like to open a file and see the like insane way that someone has their layers set up and just be like, oh my God, I want to kill them. Like, why would they do it like that? And I'm messy. Like I'm fairly messy with my layers, but I've opened stuff before and been like, does this person even know how to use this program? Like, I watched a tutorial on day one to make sure I got it. Like, did they watch the tutorial? They should have watched the tutorial. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not shit-talking anyone in particular. Everyone has kind of, like, different workflows. I did the wrinkles there. Whatever. It's not important. Anyway, yeah. Saw Storyboard Pro. It's industry standard, pretty much. I have a Wacom. It helps my posture so much. Yeah, having something where you can sit upright with your screen, like, you guys can't see my screen, but it's facing in front of me like a light desk, you know what I mean? It's like, anyway, and I also have it on like a mega, oh, you know what, maybe I can, nope, I'm gonna flip my whole desk over. I have it on like a complicated arm, Ergotron arm thingy, sorry, I'm gonna knock my whole setup over, so I can like move it around and stuff, and it's infinitely customizable, and if I don't want it on the desk, I can just go whoop and pick it up. Anyway, sorry, that was a mistake. I should not have done that. Maybe I'll show it to you guys on another stream. Maybe I'll just do a stream sometime and show you my setup. But yeah. Yeah. It's good. Good for the posture to not have to hunch over like, well, like a Cintiq has a screen, right? You know, like a regular, I don't even know if they make well, I'm sure they still make them, just like a regular tablet that's like a Wacom. I don't know if they still make the Intuos, but that used to be the big one. There's Intuos or Bamboo or whatever. The ones that don't have a screen built into it. Like, that's a little harder on the back because you're hunching over. It's also just like, it's better just in terms of like processing, like hand-eye coordination and stuff. It's like, oh, I'm drawing on the thing. It's closer to drawing on like paper. I keep knocking my phone over. Okay. Let me see. Hey, it's the wife. Yeah, the wife is starting to make dinner. Oh, and I just hit past the 2-hour mark. So I'm gonna go in a second. Love that Sock goes running to meth like he's his dad. Yeah. I thought I wanted to do that in the first one, but there wasn't really time for it, so I have him do it in this one. Can angels acquire wings and halos? I haven't thought about like the brownie point system for them, but potentially. Right now, the wings and halos just sort of function as, like, if I feel like drawing them. Yeah, let's see. People are talking about Tom. Tom is the janitor that Mephistopheles is talking to in part 1. Okay, sorry. 40-minute long episodes. I always wonder about this. Are you Gen Z? If not, do you ever think about the fact that you somehow attracted Gen Z to this show? I'm not Gen Z, but thank you for the compliment. I'm a millennial. I was born in 1988, so I'm not 40 yet, but I'm in my now late 30s. I can't do math, which is why I'm just saying late 30s, because for several years now I've been like, to my wife, I've been like, how old am I? Am I 35 or am I 36? Like, I'm an artist, so I can't do math. Do you ever think about the fact you somehow attracted Gen Z to the show? Yes, I do. At the time when I was posting on Tumblr, I've talked about this before a little bit on a stream, but like, millennials, elder millennials, and like anyone in the range of millennials, like broadly speaking, we were like kind of the first generation to get on the internet. It's not like there weren't Gen Xers on the internet or whatever, but like the first generation of kids. Let me rephrase this: the first generation of kids to be on the internet. And so, as a kid growing up on the internet, like I kind of thought that like most of the other kids on the internet were like also my age, or people you know what I mean? Like because for a while that was the case. Like if you encountered other, like you know what I mean? There wasn't going to be anyone that much younger than me on the internet in the late 90s or early 2000s, or you know what I mean? Or that was the assumption anyway, right? Like there was kind of this is sort of hard to explain. I don't like actually have any data to back this up, but I'm just saying like it wasn't like we were born into a world where the internet already exists and there was like you know, I mean there was like a couple websites for kids, but it was like middle schoolers who were like on these websites or whatever, you know. And so for a long time I kind of just assumed that me and the people that were following me were also around my age, because for a long time that was the case. And I was interacting with some like older teenagers on the internet when I was younger. I remember the first time I was in like a Gaia online guild, and it became very clear to me that everyone in the guild was like quite a little bit older than me, because they were not as like immature as I was, and they like kind of immediately were like, they scolded me for breaking the rules and being obnoxious, and I was like, oh wait, shit, I gotta act older. I'm around cool kids on the internet. But anyway, this is to say that when you grow up on the internet, where you're kind of the youngest generation on the internet, now that you're in your teens and 20s and whatever, when I was in college posting Welcome to Hell, I kind of just thought everyone else who was following me on Tumblr was like also a 20-something, you know. And I'm now learning, or rather I learned a while ago, like, oh, I mean, you see it in the comments all the time. There's people who are like, I saw this when I was 3 years old and now I'm gay and I'm 25 or whatever. Like, and it's like, oh, wow, there were children watching this. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I had no control. Obviously, I had no control over, like, who was watching it on YouTube or whatever. It's cool that it attracted a younger audience, because it is for younger people and teenagers. Like, I am making the sort of thing that I wanted to watch when I was a preteen or a teenager. So, that's awesome. That means that, like, it connected with people, and potentially that it still connects with people. So I hope that continues to be the case, if that makes sense. I went to a thing recently where, I'm sorry, I said I was going to go, but I just thought of this. I went to a event recently where it was like this panel where they had a bunch of these teenagers. It was for writers. It was for, frankly, like, I would say boomer and Gen Z writer, or Gen X writers. Like, most of the people there were like a little older than me. And it was this panel where they had a bunch of teenagers who, like, they're like a committee of teenagers that can like review your scripts and stuff and give you notes. Like, it's kind of like if you need sort of like making sure your teenager perspective and your thing, like the voice is more accurate or whatever, right? And they were kind of like giving tips on what they find relatable or what they find what they like in a show versus what was, anyway. All this is to say, most of this stuff I understand intuitively because I have an audience that skews a little younger than me, but also because like I also watch a lot of these shows and feel very similarly. Like they talked about a lot of shows, and like, oh, we have problems with like this show isn't very realistic, but it is fun to watch. Like, and anyway, and the biggest takeaway for me from listening to them talk was like that in a lot of like media with teenagers now, something that's not represented is how much they are tracked on their phone. Like, you know, that they have like a location thing turned on or whatever, so their parents need to see where they're at all the time. And that was the biggest sort of like the kind of the only thing I didn't feel like I knew already. It was just like, oh wow, that's like, yeah, that is pretty different. And that's not something you see a lot in media. Like you don't, I mean, again, like not all media needs to be realistic, and it depends on like the you know, the time period that it was written in or whatever. But I found that very fascinating. Just like, oh yeah, that's not something that like older writers are writing about because we didn't have tracking devices on us all the time. But yeah, one of the kids was like, yeah, this like really 80s movie trope of like the boyfriend sneaking in through the window or whatever, like the cops would immediately be called on me, like I'd be caught on the Ring camera, like I would have tried it if I thought I could do it, you know what I mean? Like it was really funny, just like, oh yeah, no, these tropes like don't work anymore, they're not realistic if you're writing something in like modern day or whatever. Welcome to Hell is not exactly set in modern day, so I don't really think I have to do any of that stuff, but I don't know. I still might run into the issue of it, like, not exactly being relatable. Let's see. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna do the last second of catching up. I lost my spot in the stream. I lost it. Oh, somehow attracted Gen Z. Yeah, okay, there we go. Some of these questions are like, I'll have to get into that later. It's like a little too, I'll do another stream and talk about it. Grill dad on the beach. Mephistopheles would be the grill dad on the cursed beach episode and burn something down. Oh, it didn't even occur to me that Mephistopheles should also be in the beach episode. That would be really funny. Okay. Need more Tom, please. Sure, I will give you more Tom eventually. You're lucky you got any Tom, frankly, in this first one. Second one. The Welcome to Hell 2. I was a grandma when I watched it, and now I'm 3 and queer. Reverse Welcome to Hell. That's what happened to people in Australia who watched Welcome to Hell. They were old and then they became young and queer, and also their toilets flush horizontally. I don't know if that joke makes any sense. Okay. Okay. I remember watching it when it first came out. I hate when my sister showed it to me. Yeah, I suspect a lot of people's older siblings showed it to them too. Because that's the other thing, right? Like YouTube, my YouTube analytics will show me, it'll show me the demographic of who's watching my stuff, but YouTube assumes that you're at least 13 using it. Like you have to say you're 13 or whatever to use YouTube. Or that used to be the case. I don't know what the age is now, but it used to be, are you at least 13? And it's like, well, how many 8-year-olds just clicked yes? Like there was no, and there, honestly, there shouldn't, I'm not advocating that there should be a verification system. I actually think that's a little messed up, but I'm just saying, like, there was no way to prove your age back then, or maybe your older brother or older sibling is like logged in on their account and you're just watching it logged in at whatever age it thinks they are. So it's like, so I wasn't receiving any analytics about demographics younger than 13 on my YouTube analytics. So that's another interesting thing. Well, this doesn't mean that there weren't people younger than 13 watching it. I just didn't have the data. Or rather, I have the data, but it says they're whatever age they lied about, or whatever age of whoever YouTube they're logged into when they watched it. Oh, man. Anyway, okay, I think I'm all caught up in the chat. Thank God. So I am gonna go, and I'm gonna help my wife cook dinner, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and, yeah, I'm gonna see you guys hopefully next week. I'll stream sometime next week again, and, yeah, hopefully I'll have some of the more lagginess worked out by then, so we'll see.